Let's get groovy, baby, for a new review. Austin Powers, the International Man of Mystery. Let's jump in. So today we're reviewing Austin Powers, I believe this is the first one. I saw this at the Alamo. If you want to ask me when, I want the movie that I finally getting around to reviewing it. I saw this a bit ago. I'm finally getting to review it, I know. A lot of people are like, why did you read so soon? I don't know. I'm doing get some stuff if you saw with the reviews. Right now I want to get some of them out faster, so we're just going to do a review for them. Just because I want to get them out faster and I want to talk about these movies. And also it changes up, because doing these skits every time. It does get, even though they're different, it does get a little bit, like, it feels similar. I like to do different things, so we're changing it up a bit. But we still get the episode review, like, Austin Powers, the International Man of Mystery, because this is the movie everybody was talking, wanting me to review, right? This is the thing? No, but we're going to review it anyway, so let's jump into it. Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery, played the main guy, obviously Austin Powers, played by Mike Myers, who also plays Shrek in the movies, I believe, the Shrek movies. So yeah, he's also plays, I want to say, he plays also Cat in the Hat in the Cat in the Hat movies, in the live action, by Cat in the Hat, I mean, in the live action Cat in the Hat movie, he plays the Cat in the Hat, so there's that as well. So, you like Michael Myers, this is a comedy movie, it's like a spy comedy, like, take James Bond but turn into a comedy. And it's just a good movie, it doesn't hold up, because comedies are interesting. Some comedies I think hold up no matter what, like Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz. The certain ones I think do hold up, but the certain ones that I'm like the scary movies and those type of movies, like scary movie, epic movies, those kind of movies, sometimes those don't hold up as well. This one is in the middle. I don't think it's like, I think it does hold up. I do think it's fun. Now obviously I've not seen this movie, so it's going in. So obviously if you've not seen the movie, you might, if you've not seen the movie, that's also a thing where it's like, even though it might not hold up, I watched it the first time, I'm like, oh, I get it. But then when you watch it again, if you've never seen the movie before, you might get a kick out of it. Because, I've never seen the movie, so I was like, I don't know much about the movie, I know a little bit. I know Mike Myers, Austin Powers, and I know Dr. Evil, when he does the Dr. Evil, the little bald guy who is like, I could say little, he's not that little. But the bald guy, also Seth Green is in this, who, if you don't know from, he created a little show called Robot Chicken. So yeah, so he's in this, and I forgot he was in this series. I'm like, oh yeah, this is about, so let's give general thoughts. I liked it. I don't think it's like, it's not bad. I'm not this, she was just, comedy is like, I like comedy, but I'm not like, immediately like, oh, I want to just, I super love comedy, but I do think this is good. It's basically just a comedy, a spy comedy, and it's good. I think it's one of the better ones, out of these. I think these are not bad movies, but I think this is good. So I liked it, so let's jump into it. What's the movie about? It's about Austin Powers, like Miles' character. He's a spy, and he's in, I forget what time, it's not like he's in time, but it starts with him, like, in, like, being a spy in, like, I want to say, like, 60s, 70s, I think it's 70s, because that's when all this, like, psychedelic stuff is going around, and he's, like, a spy and stuff, and then he jumps into the future. Something happens, he gets frozen, and then he makes off the bad guy, gets frozen or something, and then goes into the future, and then he gets unsolved. And now he has to live in the future, like the 90s or whatever, or later. The stuff he did back in the 70s might not be okay now in like the 90s and stuff, change the times. 90s or late 90s is not okay. Stuff he did in the 70s, maybe that stuff, psychedelic times, it might not be okay then. So it's him then, and he meets this girl, he's also a spy, and they have to go and stop Dr. Evil from doing some plan to destroy the world, and Seth Green is, I think, Dr. Evil's son, so that's that. And it is, I want to say it's really a good movie. I want to say he's his son, it might be his psychic, but I think it's his son. But yeah, it's a good movie, it's about them, obviously going to south the bad guy. Bunch of comedy ensues, obviously, because it's a comedy movie. I would say an action comedy, because obviously he's a spy. It's definitely a spy comedy, action comedy, what do you want to call it? It's fun, I like it. That's basically it, because you can, without saying anything else, that's like, because obviously you don't want to tell jokes. When we talk about a comedy movie, most of the time, I don't like to tell any of the jokes in the movie, because I'm like, that's kind of like, I want you to watch it and get the jokes, because if I tell you the jokes, somebody telling you a joke, like if I tell you a joke I heard from a movie, most of the time it's not going to be funny, because I'm telling you it, it's not going to be funny, but this is a good movie, I like it. So, we're going to end the movie here, it's going to be a slow one, but this is one I wanted to get off my chest. Austin Powers, I think it holds up enough. I think it's not like it's gonna hold up perfectly or like the best. I think it holds up enough to where I'm like, yeah, it's a decent movie. It's still one you can watch, and I think the Austin Powers movies are still ones you can kind of watch. I know some people might like, I watched it and I liked it, but yeah, I'd watch it again. It's good. I do want to watch the other ones, see how they compare, but yeah, that's it. So what do I rate this movie? It's not bad, but I'll give it like a 7. Like, it's solid. I think they're all better comedy. I think it is good. It is a good movie. I do recommend it, but I do think it is 7. I feel like some of it was maybe a little outdated, but it wasn't too bad. Like, one of those things where, like, some movies are, like, you can tell it's, like, back then it was great, but now it's like not that great. But I think there's one that still is good. It may have some parts that are a little outdated, but like I said, I think it's still a good movie. I still think it's funny. I still think there's good stuff in it. I liked it, but I do think there are better movies. I've seen better movies, but this is still not a bad movie. So I give it a 7. We'll see if the other ones, when I watch the other ones, maybe they're funnier, maybe they're better, I don't know. We'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to be all rated the same. Usually, if it's the same type of stuff, it might be the same. But who knows? This is a good movie. This is one, I believe it's the first. So keep it as that. One thing can be a little short. Thank you guys for watching. You guys can always stay up. I can see the next movie with you guys. Bye.